Hey guys, what's up? My name is Austin Swaim, and welcome to today's FanDuel Hurry Up, and we are going to be talking some college basketball daily fantasy action because the Sweet 16 starts on Thursday, and we've got all Power 5 schools, we've got all big dogs on tap for this 4-game slate, and I'm going to give you 3 studs that should be the cornerstone of your daily fantasy lineups. And the first one has to be maybe the stud of the tournament so far. That's been Drew Timme of Gonzaga. It has been surprisingly Timme, not top NBA prospect Chet Holmgren, that has led the Zags in this tournament. He has 37 total shots for Gonzaga. That is 20 more than any other player on the Bulldogs. He also added 13.5 rebounds per game, been doing work inside. The Arkansas defense, no doubt about it, it is brutal. It is the strength of their team. They limited Teddy Allen of New Mexico State in round 2, but the one Aggie that did have success against them was their power forward, Johnny McCants. He had 16 points, 12 boards. Timme can very much post a similar stat line. This lineup does lack some size. They have Jalen Williams, Arkansas does. He can guard Chet Holmgren as a near 7-footer himself, but Drew Timme can take advantage of that power forward matchup as well. He's been one of the best players in the tournament, and I think at 9,000, he, not Holmgren, is definitely the priority from the Zags. Moving on, Hunter Dickinson is my next stud here from the upstart surprise, maybe not so surprising, Michigan Wolverines. I talked about him last week against Colorado State, and he actually carried the Wolverines into the Sweet 16 seed here as the 11 seed. This is another good matchup for Dickinson, just like Colorado State was, where Villanova is a very good basketball team, but they could struggle with specifically his size. Nova's tallest starter is Eric Dixon. He's 6'8", very similar to what we saw with the Rams. Dickinson in this tournament's averaging 24 points, 8.5 boards per game, and then 2.5 blocks per game as well. He had 5 actually against Colorado State. Villanova is just 30th in defensive efficiency. That is actually not very high amongst the teams remaining. It's actually second best on this slate as far as a matchup to target besides Duke. Texas Tech has a much more balanced offensive approach. But Dickinson is the guy for Michigan. He is the big man. He can do it with points, boards, can absolutely contribute on the defensive end as well. I love Hunter Dickinson as a forward, and he's not even really at a super prohibitive salary at $8,600. And then the backcourt's definitely a little trickier. The top guard on this slate is going to come down to Kyler Edwards or Benedict Mathurin of Arizona as these two teams face off. I prefer the Edwards side here at $7,500. He is absolutely pounding minutes for the Cougars right now, at least 37 minutes in both tournament games. Arizona this season was 19th in defensive efficiency. Houston was 10th. So you have two very good defenses. That's mostly status quo here for the teams that are left in the tournament. Edwards has scored at least 31 FanDuel points in 5 of his last 6 games. You're going to get a full effort. You're going to get a ton of minutes out of Edwards that'll help lead to both his floor and his ceiling. Mathurin's just been less consistent. He was definitely the hero that saved Arizona against TCU, but he has 20 or fewer FanDuel points in 3 of his last 5 games. I prefer the floor with Edwards, especially if you're in cash games. This is a super high-profile matchup of guards. You can definitely fit one of these guys in, but I will rock with Kelvin Sampson and the Cougars, not only to pull the upset over Arizona, but their top backcourt option as well.